Kind of just wanted to do a video real quick to get my thoughts and opinions out there about the archives and subsequently, I guess, the Rift and the collection as well. I like this update. I think it's a good quality of life update to the game. It makes replayability not as boring. You have a bunch of different challenges, both for killer and survivor. I did run into one little issue. Apparently these little nodes, there's only 2 of them right now. My understanding is that it's supposed to work for both killer and survivor, whereas when I was doing this challenge as survivor, I didn't get any credit for it, whereas with killer I did, so I completed that as killer. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing or what, but overall I don't have any gripes about this other than basically the Rift is my only gripe. Let's switch over to that real quick. So you get Putrid Serum from this, which is for the Hollow Blight event. This is how you unlock the event costumes or the event cosmetics, and you only get enough to unlock 2 full costumes, I think, or 3. I don't remember. But I don't feel like this should have been tied into the archives if the archives were if the update was hinging on the archives update. I feel like the event should have been standalone. That way the event could have actually been released when it was advertised. I would like to think that it's a lesson to be learned for them as far as a gaming development standpoint, to not hinge a big update around an event. But I think now that archives are actually out and they don't really seem to be bugged, or at least there's no issues that I can see as far as the actual leveling up and the completion of the challenges themselves. There are other underlying issues like switching between one screen to the next. It seems like when you're in a party, sometimes when you're in the archives, it wants to remove you from the party, and then other times it doesn't. It's very erratic. One time it'll do something, and one time it'll do the opposite. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I think this is a bad idea to actually have the event based on experience and essentially leveling up. Where the fuck is the fragment? Or did I just go by it? Oh, they don't even have it on the screen. So, your profile experience is tied into the Rift experience. So the Rift fragment. So this is the only way I know how to pull it up. But here it'll tell you how much experience you need to get a Rift fragment, and that's actually tied to your profile experience. I did the math, and it's exactly as much profile experience as you gain in Rift fragment experience. So that's nice. They didn't overcomplicate it with like another different experience type, which is what I was afraid they did. But then when I actually sat down and did the math last night, it checked out. I gained like 591 experience in my profile, and then I went and did the math on this one, and I gained 591 experience in the Rift fragment. This is a nice touch, but you're gaining 1 fragment, and at the same time, when you go back to archives, it requires you to gain a multiple number of fragments to even level up. It's like 6 out of 10. So even if I get a Rift fragment in 1 game, I still need to get 3 more fragments to go up to the next tier. So that makes the challenges all the more important. and those are far more rewarding. It's 3-3. The harder the challenges, or quote unquote, the harder the challenges, the more fragments you get. I'm just kind of going over all these really quick. That's the end node that you're supposed to get to. So yeah, and the blood point rewards are pretty fair. Some of them, like, I was having a blast doing the crow one for whatever stupid reason. I don't know. It for this one challenge seems kind of silly. I had a blast doing it regardless, but I don't know. I just feel like they could have maybe done something different. The only gripe I have with the lore.
Through the death and decay of the void. He doesn't remember his name.
Stop, please. The only gripe I have with the lore is I wish that they did the archives so that you could complete an entire story in one level. Other than that, that's not even really that big of a gripe. It just seems like once you get all the levels done, what I think they're going for is once you get all the levels in archives, you'll unlock all the lore. I'm hoping that's the case at least. But it's something that's going to keep the game very lively for the next 2 months, because I do believe they're planning on releasing levels well into December. Yeah, December 18th is literally the last level, and this archive is, I think, open for like another 66 days or so. I don't care about charms. I could give two shits about the charms because the charms don't really do anything. I wish that, like, the Trapper charm was distinct for Trapper. It would be a good identifier to know who the killer is you're playing against. But I haven't really done anything with the charms. Haven't equipped them. I haven't even really looked into how to equip them because I really don't care so much about them. Right now I'm just interested in getting challenges done and just having a blast doing it. I was up to, like, I think 2 or 3 this morning, just knocking out challenges and kind of fucking around with survivors, and, well, mostly I played Survivor, but yeah, overall good quality of life addition to the game. Execution could have been way better. They could have released it as advertised or done the event and waited for the update. But other than that, and the small little gripe about the collection, I'd say this is a really good update. So, good on behavior.